Okay, hi guys, it's Mrs. Millison. Okay, we're going to do our inventory class and we're going to create our constructors, okay? So first I want to create my class. So there's my class name, capitalized. Now I don't need a main method because this isn't a file I'm going to run. Okay, I'll create a tester file in a second and we'll have a main method in that. So first thing I need is my instance variables. Okay, and these are always private. So let's see, we needed the item name, right, for our inventory. Oops. We wanted our quantity for our inventory. Remember, we have a store and we're going to keep track of our inventory. We want to know the price of each item. And we want to know whether it's on sale or not. Okay, so those are my characteristics of every single inventory object I'm going to create. Okay, so let's build our constructors so we can create some inventory items. Okay, my first constructor, all I want to do is specify the name. And I'm going to set the quantity to 0, the price to 0, and the on sale to be false. Okay, so my constructors are always public, and then the name of the class. Okay, this will have one parameter, and that'll be the name. Now what I have to do is I have to match this item name back to that item. Okay, the instance variables will instance variable names will always be the first thing in my constructor. Okay, I'm going to put these in first. Okay, now I come to my let me get rid of this space. Oops. Okay. Now I'm going to come back to this. I'm going to point to what item or where it's supposed to find the value in the constructor. And if there is nothing to point to, I'm going to put a default value. So this item will be item name. Okay, so whatever I specify when I create my item, and we're going to do it, the item name, the item will become, the value of item will become that item name. Now quantity I'm going to set to 0 because there's nothing in the constructor that gives me a quantity. Price I'm going to set to 0.0 because again, nothing to match it to. And then sale is always going to be false. I'll change it later. Okay, because when I first get my inventory, it's not going to be on sale. You know what I mean? I'm going to sell it at full price. Okay, let's go ahead and compile. I'm going to call this inventory, obviously. Okay, we created one constructor. Let's build an inventory item where we're just going to specify the name. Okay, so I'm going to create a brand new file over here, and I'm going to call this inventory tester. Okay, I'm creating a separate file. We could have put our main method in our class file, but I like to have two different files. Okay, so now I'm going to do my main method. Oops. And I'm going to use that constructor that I just built over here to create a new inventory object. Okay, so all I have to do is inventory, the name of the inventory object equals new inventory, and I just have to specify the name. Okay, so I'm going to come over here. Oh my goodness. What am I going to call this? We'll do a book. Okay, my first inventory item is going to be a book. So new inventory, that's how you create objects. We learned that back at the beginning. Okay, that's how we create our scanner. Scanner, something equals new scanner. These are how we do objects. So again, the parameter I have to put in is the name. Okay, so we'll call this children's books. How about that? And it is a string, so I have to put it in quotes. Okay, I have just created, let me compile. I have just created, oops, sorry guys. Yeah, sorry. Oh, what did I do? Oh, it's just saying it's not being used. Okay, I'm not getting an error. It's just telling me that I haven't used anything yet. Okay, I just created a new inventory object. Okay, now I would like to print it so I can see, because since I built this, oh, I spelled children wrong. Wish Java had spell check, but it doesn't. I created a children's book object where it's going to have 0 quantity, 0 price, and it's not going to be on sale. Now, before I do other constructors, I am going to add that string to string method. because that will allow me to print my objects as I write them. Okay, so I'm just going to return too much space. I'm going to return all the variables. So I want item. Actually, what did I want my string to look like? I'm going to say quantity. So let's see, 0 space books or children's books. Priced at period on sale. And I'll put false. Okay, I'm just trying to see what it's going to say. Okay, so this will print out 0 children's books priced at $0 on sale is false. Okay, so now that I've built that string to string method, let me compile. When I come over, what did I forget? Oh, again. Oh, not items, item. Okay, good. Now when I come back over to my tester file and I print book, it's going to go back to my string to string and it's going to print the values of the variables in this order, okay, with this string. Okay, so now if I come up here and I do, remember, if I didn't have that string to string method and I just printed book, it would give me like the memory location of where it's housing that information, and that's not really what I want. Okay, let me put my window up here. All right, let's run this. And there we go. So it told me 0 children's books priced at $0 is on sale for false, okay? Or not on sale. Okay. So I just, again, that doesn't come up till section 5.4, but I think it's very useful. All right, so let's build another constructor because now I want to specify a whole bunch of stuff. I want to specify the item's name, quantity, and price. Okay, so I'm going to do another constructor. Same thing, public inventory, but this time I'm going to have a value to stick in item, a value to stick in quantity, and a value to stick in price as my parameters. So I have to have a string. I'm going to call it item name again. And then I'm going to have an int to match the quantity. I'm going to call it initial quantity. Okay. And then I need a double for initial price. Okay. So again, I'm going to start with item, quantity, price, and on sale. My spacing here. Okay, because I always want to refer back to these item, quantity, price, and on sale. So item will now will take the value that I put into my item name. Whoops, sorry guys. Quantity will take the value in initial quantity. Forgetting all my semicolons. Price will take the value in initial price. And of course, on sale, I'm not going to customize because it's always going to be false. As soon as when I get a new item in inventory, it's never on sale right away. I got to sell it at full price so I can make some money, right? Okay, so let's compile this, make sure I didn't make any errors. Of course I did. I spelled item wrong. Okay, good. So now let's build an inventory item using this constructor. Okay, so it's going to look very much the same, but I'm going to have more parameters because I need a string, an int, and a double. Okay, so I come back over to tester. Let's build what am I building? Plants. Plant. So new inventory. Okay, remember we've seen this structure before. So I can't remember the order of the stuff I had to do. I have to do a string with the name, an int with the quantity, and a double with the price in that order. So we're going to call these poinsettias because it's the holidays. My initial quantity, I don't know, 50 plants. And the price I'm going to sell them for is $11.75. Okay. Now I've created a second inventory object, and this one has information about my plants. So if I print this out, it's going to access that string to string method and print out my, oops, to put plant in there. Wouldn't that be good? Oh, good heavens. Now when I print this, I'm still going to print my book information, but now I've got my 50 poinsettias priced at, oh, where's my money? Let's go back. I forgot price. How come I didn't notice that before? Let's add price in there, and then our plus. File. Let's go back. I didn't notice that before. Sorry, guys. All right, let's run. Hey, there we go. So my initial children's book didn't have a price of 00. I don't know why I didn't notice that. But my 50 poinsettias are priced at $11.75, and they're not on sale. Okay. So these two items, these two objects, these two instances of my inventory class were created using two different constructors, but they're still inventory objects of my inventory class. Okay. So one I just had to specify the name. The other one I had to specify the name, quantity, and price. Okay. Let's see. I think we wanted to do a third one. Let's do a third constructor where I'm just going to specify the name and the unit price because this supplier always sends me 100 quantity of whatever I buy. So I'm just going to put that as a default. I'm going to use, oops. I'm going to use the same variable names. And then that's it, right? Because everything else will be defaulted. So again, back to my instance variables. I need to say item, quantity, price, and on sale equal. So item equals quantity equals okay. So item is going to point to item name. So it'll grab whatever I type in my constructor. Quantity is going to have a default of 100. Okay. Again, I'm buying from a supplier that always sends me 100 of everything. Price is going to look at, oh, I don't want quantity. Sorry, guys. My goodness. I want this to be price. Call this double. Okay. So my price, excuse me, will point to this initial price. Okay. And then on sale, of course, is going to be default to false because it's brand new items and they're not on sale. Okay. Now let's build our last object using this constructor. So all I need is a name and a price. So let's come over here. What am I doing now? Puzzle. And I just needed the name, so we'll do 1,000 piece puzzles, right? And I just, oh, my quantity default is 100, right? Because I'm going to get 100. So all I really need is a price. What did I make my price? $8. Okay, so now let's print that one. Oops. And we can see that in action. Oh, I spelled puzzle wrong. Okay, there we go. So there's my 0 children's book price at $0, which is not on sale from my first constructor. My 50 poinsettias price at $11.75, again, not on sale from my second constructor where I got to specify name, quantity, and price. And then my puzzle, my 100,000 piece puzzles priced at $8, and again, not on sale from my third constructor where I just had to specify the object name and the price because the quantity was defaulted at 100. Okay, so those are how I use constructors. So I have 3 objects here. I can build endless number of objects using these 3 constructors. Okay, and if I find that I want to add more attributes, I can come back, add more instance variables, and modify my constructors. Maybe put some default values in or put them into the parameter area where I can customize that item or specify that item for the object. Okay, so it's the possibilities are endless. Okay, and again, I threw in that string to string just so we could print it a lot easier. You'll see that in section 5.4. I think Runestone has I think they build like a print method, and we could build a print method, but I like string to string. Okay, anyway, I hope this was helpful, and I will see you in the next video where we tackle methods. Great. Oh, I think we're going to split it up. We're going to do accessor methods and then mutator methods. Okay, see you next time.